The digital world that we praise a lot these days comes with some downsides. Do you remember the window backdooring? The cyber attacks that revealed some confidential details? Yes, we're going to talk about that in today's video. So stay with us till the end to find out who was behind all of this, and let's get started. The morning of May 12, 2017. It was a normal day that quickly turned into a nightmare for many people around the world. You got up, you stretched, you started your day like you always do. It looks like everything's fine until you try to turn on your computer. You expect to see your screen, but instead you see a scary message from a program you've never heard of. WannaCry tells you that all your files have been encrypted and that you must pay a fee to access them again. You have 3 days to find $300. The price goes up to $600 if you miss that date. Your files will be lost forever if you don't pay in a week. That was it. You were one of the first people to be hit by the WannaCry ransomware attack, which was soon known all over the world. Something even worse was going on in the background while people were trying to process this terrible news. You can't just leave WannaCry on your computer. It's getting worse. It jumps from your computer to all the other devices on your network and gets on them without you having to do anything. WannaCry is very dangerous because it was a warm type of malware, which means it was meant to copy itself and spread as quickly as possible. When an ISP in Southeast Asia said it was attacked at 7:44 a.m. Universal Time, that was the first sign of the attack. But things got worse very quickly. 72% of ISPs in Asia were hacked in just 5 hours. The harm was already done when a British security researcher stepped in quickly and found a way to stop the worm from spreading. More than 230,000 computers in 150 countries were hacked by the end of the day. The UK's National Health Service is one of the groups that was hit the hardest. Up to 70,000 devices were hacked, including computers, MRI machines, and other important medical gear. Some hospitals had to turn away people who needed to be there right away, and paramedics had to be sent to other hospitals. The U.S. government officially blamed North Korea for the attack in December 2017, while agents were still trying to figure out who did it. They even charged 3 North Korean leaders, but North Korea said they had nothing to do with it. The claim said that North Korea hackers were like bank robbers today, but they didn't use guns. Instead, they used keyboards to steal digital currencies instead of cash. In June 2017, just as people were starting to get back to normal after WannaCry, a new wave of hacks happened. This time, a new wave of attacks and malware called NotPetya was used in the attacks. At first, it looked like another type of ransomware, but it turned out to be a disk wiper that was made to do as much damage as possible instead of making money. Even worse, this attack is thought to have caused more than $10 billion in damage, making it one of the worst hacks ever. The United States said Russia was behind NotPetya and charged 6 Russian officials with the crime. However, Russia denied any role. Over the next few months, there were more hacks all over the world. It looked like these acts were linked in some way. They all used a method that involved computer worms, and each time it was the same attack. Then came a bug called Internal Blue, and the picture that was first made by the National Security Agency, which is part of the U.S. Department of Defense. An important communication system called Server Message Block, which is used to share files and printers on Windows computers, had a flaw that the NSA had found. The NSA chose not to tell Microsoft about the bug so they could fix it. Instead, they kept it a secret and used it for their reasons. But in 2016, a group called the Shadow Brokers broke into the NSA and stole their tools, which included Eternal Blue. The Shadow Brokers tried to sell the stolen tools online, but no one was interested. In the end, they chose to give them away for free in April 2017. Anyone with bad goals could use these powerful tools after they were made public. Not even a month later, WannaCry hit the world. What exactly is Eternal Blue? Well, anyone can take over a computer without the user's knowledge thanks to Eternal Blue, which is made up of 3 different bugs that work together. When too much data is pushed into a place in the computer's memory, it overflows and it goes to other areas. The first 2 bugs cause this to happen. The attacker then can give out more memory than they should be able to because of the 3rd bug. This helps them take over the machine. Eternal Blue is very dangerous because it adds its harmful code right into the SMB process that's running on the target machine. In simple words, it can hide inside the system, making it hard to find. The protocol that Eternal Blue is aimed at, SMB, works by devices sending and getting requests and responses. These requests are broken up into smaller pieces called packets. Each packet's like a package that holds a different part of the message. In the header of each packet, there are directions for what the computer should do, such as making a file, reading it, or deleting it. These bits sometimes have extra data inside them. This extra data is called extended file attributes, and it's used to store metadata or information about the data. The National Security Security Agency of the United States made Eternal Blue a powerful hacker tool. It was made to take advantage of weak spots in computer systems, but in the end, a hacker group called the Shadow Brokers took the tool, and these attempts turned out to be some of the worst cyber attacks ever. Billions of dollars worth of damage were done to millions of computers around the world. You might think that whenever this kind of problem is fixed, things will return to normal, right? It's too bad that's not the case here. Eternal Blue is still out there, messing up computers that haven't been updated even though a fix was made available a long time ago. The problem can still affect some groups, especially those that use older technology, since it's hard for them to update their systems. The thieves have kept using Eternal Blue even though people have known about it, like a thief who keeps breaking into the same place because no one's tried to change the lock. You may be wondering why Eternal Blue still works so well. This is because it's very flexible, which means hackers can use it in a lot of different ways. Not just the first attacks like WannaCry and NotPetya that made news. Eternal Blue has been involved in a lot of other crimes since then. Like, there's a place of bad software called TrickBot that is made to steal financial information like bank account numbers. TrickBot is spread through computer networks with Eternal Blue, which makes it easier to steal private data from people. This was also used by Emotet, which is another harmful piece of software. Emotet began as a program that went after banks, but over time it changed into a way for hackers to send all kinds of dangerous software. This proves that Eternal Blue is not a one-time issue. It's more like a Swiss Army knife for hackers, giving them a lot of different ways to cause trouble based on what they want to do. So this is a strong reminder of how important it is to always have the latest version of your program. Updates for software are a lot like monthly maintenance on your car. If you skip too many, you could have big problems down the road. Eternal Blue also shows how dangerous it is to depend on old systems. Another important lesson we can learn from this story is how thin the line is between safety and privacy. Eternal Blue was made by the NSA so it could be used for national security reasons. In the hands of cyber criminals, it became a weapon once it got out into the public world. Things can go wrong in the world of defense, and the incident of Eternal Blue shows this very well. Most of the damage from Eternal Blue has been fixed by fixes and updates, but the fact that it's still causing problems years after it was first released shows how strong and dangerous these kinds of exploits can be. What can you do to stay safe? Take it seriously the next time that little alert pops up on your screen telling you to update your software. In the world of cybersecurity, these updates are your first line of defense against hackers. It's a warning that cybersecurity is very important in a world that is becoming more and more digital. These lessons from Eternal Blue are clear for everyone, whether they have a home computer or a business with a network of devices. Be careful, keep your software up to date, and don't ignore those little alerts that tell you it's time to upgrade. They can keep you from becoming the next person to be attacked. So let us know, have you ever faced any such cyber attack? If yes, please share with us your story in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed watching today's video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.